What does Black History Month mean to you, man?
I mean, it's just important. It's just there's so much that we don't get to learn that I feel like it's weird that in movies we're actually learning more in movies now that we got to learn in school. That's one thing I figured out from like going to college was like, learning stuff, not just like random history stuff, but like stuff that happened to like, what did we just learn from Watchmen? We just learned about a whole terrible thing from Watchmen that nobody taught us in school.
Yeah.
I remember in college, we were like talking about like, during the Civil War, and in like high school and middle school, you're taught like, oh, during the Civil War, like the North was a free place. It was good for Black people. And then like in college, they're saying like, oh no, this happened in the North. This happened in the North. Stuff they don't teach in school.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, there is so much rich history, especially in America for Black people, and half the time we don't even get to learn about it. And I think movies and television are actually bringing a lot of that to light now.
Dude, that's really well said. You make a good point, especially about Watchmen. A lot of people don't know about what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was pretty much a war on our homeland, and I never learned that until college as well. I didn't learn shit in high school. I just had too much fun. When I got to college, I was like, nobody taught me any of this. So college is very important. Not saying it's for everybody. I understand some people want to go to the military and stuff like that, or learn a trade, but yes, please, if you have the time, please learn something that they didn't teach you in school, and have the time to talk to others that may not have walked the same life as you have. But I do agree with everything you just said, man.
One thing that's crazy about kung fu movies is culture is all over the world, but there is like a random vast amount of Black culture stems from kung fu movies.
Ooh, please elaborate.
So like Bruce Lee is a big thing. Like, have you ever seen Fist of Fury?
Absolutely. Classic.
So the scene where he's like going up to, I think it's like the Japanese dojo, and there's a sign that reads "No dogs" or Chinese. So like he sees that sign and he breaks it. And it's like a lot of Black people, especially in like New York, where they had those like really like rundown theaters that rats were running all over, they would show kung fu movies. And so like a lot of the Black population of New York would see this scene of Bruce Lee seeing a sign that read "No dogs, no Chinese." And they're like, oh, just replace Chinese with colored people.
Relatable,
like, that's us.
Right.
And so we're seeing like Bruce Lee like break that sign, and then by the end of the movie beats up a white dude. And then by the end of Way of the Dragon beats up Chuck Norris. Like all that was like Black people understood that.
Yeah.
And so again, like even then, like if you go to like B-boy culture in the late 70s and 80s, like so much of that stems from kung fu stuff. Like if you ever see
Wu-Tang, man.
Yeah, I mean Wu-Tang Clan itself is one big thing. But if you've ever seen Five Elements Ninja, like there's the opening scene of that is two feuding schools come together and one at a time fight each other. And that is literally like the B-boy culture of like, okay, two factions, two teams come together and one at a time dance against each other. And like all that stems from, like, if you look at certain dance moves, they originate from kung fu moves that people saw in movies.
Nice. Dude, this is why I brought you here. You're bringing me to class, bro.
Help keep your brother out the streets. Subscribe to my dad's YouTube channel. Love, peace, and chicken.